when you've been exposing yourself to world events, news, social media, even newspapers, if you still do that, talking with people about world events, and you get that overwhelm. I want you to pay attention to what you're feeling. Are you angry? Are you mad? Are you intimidated? Are you afraid? Are you sad? What are the feelings that are coming up? When talking about like major, scary, crazy, unbelievable world events, what's coming up for you? When you talk about some of the tragedies and chaos in our world today, where do you feel it and what do you feel? And I want you to pull it in close, okay? Pull it in closer. It's like bring the frame of the camera real close so that it's not on the election or the war or the weather. None of that. I want you to pull it in close to you and say, where in my life where else in my life do I feel this? Where else in my life do I feel like I don't have control? Where else in my life do I feel like I'm not being heard or I don't have a say? They're not taking my feelings into account. They're not taking my wants or needs into account. Where do you feel violated or afraid that something bad is going to happen? And if something bad's going to happen, what kind of bad? Is it about your job or money or family or your home? Bring it in close. Take the focus of the lens for life from way out there to the stuff that you don't have control over and bring it in close to your actual life, your actual world. Because yes, that stuff's important and it will trickle down and impact us. Absolutely. But if you have no control over that, and I don't know about you, but I don't have a lot of control there. Like my number's public, but the White House hasn't called me lately. Okay. They can. I would love to have some conversations with some of the stuff. Okay. But they haven't yet. So that said, I don't have control over what's going on there. Okay, I get to have my one vote just like everybody else. That's what happens. Where do I have actual control of my life and actual say? This right here around me, the people that are interacting with me, my home, my actual community where I live, I have some control there too. So bring the focus in and say, what is this trigger and where else is this trigger in my life? What else does this feel like? When you do that, then you can start addressing those things that are closest to you, the things that you can have a real impact on. If you're feeling powerless out there and you bring it in and you're like, oh, I feel powerless in my job. That's a conversation we can have. I go through this exercise with my coaching clients as well. Sometimes it comes up in intuitive sessions, right? If we're digging in real deep to that kind of stuff and having conversations, you have to bring the focus in. If you're worried about your finances because of whatever's going on out there, okay, fine, bring it in close. Is it about your income, your savings, your debt? Where is the conversation in your life? And where can you take an action? Okay? Are you feeling like you're not heard? Not heard in your closest relationships, in your home? Where is that you don't feel seen and heard? Because you might get upset about it out there, but you have impact on it right here. Okay? This is an exercise that takes a lot of reflecting, a lot of realism with yourself. This is what we call real shadow work. Okay? It's not a cute journal. It's not a clicky little clickbait thing. This is the real deal. Shadow work is saying when I'm uncomfortable with whatever's going on in my life, pulling it in. Where else do I feel it? What else does this feel like? When did this start? When was the first time? Okay, why does this trigger me so much? That's shadow work. Whenever you are upset about something external, bring it in, figure out what it is. Now, maybe somebody's triggering you in your personal life and you can say, they triggered me. We can say that, right? Something big out there triggered me. Something in here triggered me. It's still in me. And I still need to address it in me and maybe in my circle, right? Like maybe it means you need a new job. Maybe you need a friend who doesn't trigger you all the time. Whatever those things are, where is it close to you? And then what can and will you do about it? If you want some help dissecting this and digging it apart and pulling those threads, you know what to do. The link is in the bio. I am available for conversations.